This is what happens when you right now. If you're having static and you're having us jump around, guys, I am so sorry. I'm at the mercy of our internet service from Spectrum right now, which says it's running. Because our WWE Hall of Famer, Mr. Teddy Long, and we got a special guest with us already up on the screen, as I didn't want to try to do anything else that could cause problems.
Hey, I'm doing good. You're just breaking up a little bit there, so I'm gonna try and work with you as best I can. But Spectrum, though, those people are the cheap people. So I don't know why you want to go in and invest some money into AT&T, a real service. But anyway, how's everybody doing? And we have a special guest with us today, ladies and gentlemen, the legendary Mr. James Ellsworth.
Thanks for having
James,
me, Teddy. Thanks for having me, Mac. Hopefully you can hear me.
we have guests. It's always when we get the bad luck.
Okay.
The bad luck happens whenever we add the guest into the show.
Don't blame that on the guest. Don't blame that on the guest. That's that cheap spectrum. That's that cheap spectrum. Don't blame that on the guest.
What it is, yeah. Spectrum, get your shit together, will you? In WWE, I think that for a lot of us, we're surprised that you made it to that main roster. How you got there in the first place? Because I know at first you popped in, if I understood this correctly, McMahon seemed to really like. Is that correct?
Yeah, I did an enhancement talent match against Braun
Oh,
Strowman on Monday Night Raw, July of 2016. And can you hear me?
I can hear you.
Teddy can hear me. Yeah, so I did an enhancement talent match against Braun Strowman July of 2016 there in Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania. And they were doing this thing where every week an enhancement talent was saying their last words against Braun Strowman. They got mic time for 30 seconds, and we got to say our last words before he killed us. So my last words were, if I could pull off this upset, because I truly believe any man with two hands has a fighting chance. So Vince really liked that line, and he just started paying attention to me in the match. And then when I got to the back, Arn Anderson was the agent for the match. He said, "Hey, you did really well. Vince wants to see you." And when he said Vince wants to see me, I've never met him in my life. Like, I was scared to death. I thought I did something wrong. And I went and saw Vince in a gorilla position, and he said, "Come here." I said, "Yes, sir." And he said, "Hey, your verbiage was great, your selling was great, and your facial expressions were great. I have no choice but to hire you." And then he like shook my hand, and he told me to go to see Mark Carano in talent relations. It's like the craziest way to get hired ever, I think.
Yeah, well, I gotta put it like this. It's the way God works sometime, you never know. I wanted to also say this too about James too. I had the opportunity to work with him, and even though, he came in, Vince liked him and everything, then there's always somebody that don't like you. I know everybody always, they always say, "There you go, Teddy Long, with the negative." I'm just telling you the truth. But I'm just saying about James Ellsworth and another good friend of mine is Zach Gowen. Him and James Ellsworth are two guys that showed WWE, AEW, and all of them that, hey, if you guys don't want us, no problem. We'll get out and we'll do our own thing and we'll be successful. Zack Ryder has done it. He's successful. James Ellsworth has his own wrestling independent company now, and he's running shows, doing good. So you don't let that negative hold them back, because you know what I'm saying to you is a lot of times guys will let that get to you, but they didn't. And they knew what they were worth. They knew they were good, but they just said, "Well, okay, if you guys don't want us, we'll move on and we'll do our thing," and that's what they did. So I just want to congratulate him on his success. I always see Zach and let him know, man, and just I'm just glad you guys are doing great.
Yeah, I appreciate it, Teddy. Means a lot coming from you. That's what I've always loved about you. You always shoot it straight. You always tell it like it is, and we've got to know each other real well over the years. And I've always appreciated you, and you know that.
Yeah, no problem. And the only other two things too, we brought you on the show tonight too, is anytime I can help you, I want to do that. And you got some shows coming up in March in Maryland, 3 towns there. Tell us a little bit about those towns, man, and what's going to be happening there.
Yeah, man. So, I run Adrenaline Championship Wrestling, and I also help book for MCW here. We're two independent wrestling companies here in the area working together. if you go to a lot of like towns or cities, a lot of the independents don't work together. They're all fighting against each other. They're all running the same dates. So MCW and ACW here in Maryland, we've decided let's work together. Let's not run the same dates. Let's bring talent in together and run different towns. That way, the people get more work, and there's a lot of shows running. Like this weekend that we have Teddy, March 20th, 21st, and 22nd in Frederick, Maryland, the 20th, Chesapeake, Maryland, the 21st, and then Choppa, Maryland, the 22nd. They're all towns within an hour of the airport. So like they're all like each way. So like Teddy, we do this all the time. I've used Teddy numerous times. We'll bring a guy in and try to give him 2 or 3 dates in the different towns that aren't far away, and it's good for like guys that get some work and come out to get multiple dates.
Well, that's the way it was done back in the day. That's the way it was done, just like that. They try to stay within a 200-mile radius. So that's not a bad drive, to go 200 this night, come back. You got time to get back to your hotel, get some rest, get up the next day, go to the gym, and go to the next town. So that's real convenient. And I'm just trying to carry this thing, Mac. I know if you can hear us, I'm just trying to keep it going here because you're having problems over there. Are you all right now?
I don't think so. As long as you guys can keep talking.
I
I'm trying to stay out of it just so you can get the message out there. The words that you had said to Vince McMahon that really caught his eye was any man has a fighting chance. In case that didn't get over when you were because I lost you. But man, I'm glad that you're still running independent shows. Was that something you thought you would ever see?
Oh no, I had no idea I would ever be working with AJ Styles. We're definitely two different types of wrestlers or characters, but I think that's what was good about it. We were so different, and that created the magic that like anywhere I go, people will bring up me working with AJ Styles, and hopefully Saturday's not his last match. I'm hoping he continues to go on because he's one of the best to ever do it. But yeah, I never thought I'd be in the ring with him, and I loved it. He's a great guy. He's one of the best wrestlers of all time, and I always felt honored and privileged to be sharing the ring with him for sure.
James, I appreciate you coming on the show again. Your show that's coming up that is trying to get it pull up again, March 21st. The doors will lock, bell time 7:30. It's MCWProWrestling.com. And Teddy Long will be one of the guests there that night, so it should be a fantastic night because anytime Teddy Long gets involved in it.
All right. Hey, James, and thank you so very much,
James,
man.
thank you so much for being on the show, my
I
friend.
got the flyer now, so we're going to keep pumping this thing all the way up until showtime.
Cool. I appreciate you, Teddy. Thank you, Mac. You guys take care.
And James, we will probably get back on the night when we can actually talk to you without interruptions from Spectrum.
It's okay. Yeah, we got bad weather in this country, so
thank
maybe
you, brother. See you later.
You.
All right, Teddy, it's I don't know what this thing's doing. Teddy, are you there now? Okay. Well, so far tonight has been just a winning thing. It's just let me ask you, if you're in the chat room, because I don't even see chat popping up for me on here. Okay, here we go. Yeah, I'm trying to figure out if we have problems that other people are seeing. Maybe it's just me. I'm trying to Teddy back in, and it's still moving slow. There we go. Teddy, okay.
Here I am.
Man, I can't believe. Well, no, see, we're still moving slow. Brother, I don't know what the hell's happening tonight. I'd keep going, but I would admit now is probably about to go crazy trying to keep up with what we're saying, and I hate that because there's several things I did want to bring up with you. I wanted to bring up this weekend, and we'll try this a little bit. Okay.
You're doing fine
let me ask you, this weekend, there's been... Well, okay, we found this weekend, this coming weekend at Royal Rumble, there's that Vince McMahon may make an appearance at Royal Rumble. You believe that to be true? You think that's possible?
Well, anything's possible. Okay. Yeah. Anything is possible in this world. So you just never know, man. That's all I can tell you. I think it's about time for the Savior.
Well, something have to happen, Teddy. I don't know what I'm going to do with the following numbers, and the interest in the product is just not there like it used to be. And I hate that because I enjoy professional wrestling and I enjoy what the WWE does when they do it right. Just lately, it has been what I've expected out of WWE. We're going to make this a short night, guys. So I want to get through some of your stuff on here because I just hate the connection, and I see people saying that they are having issues as well. So let me see if I can get some people up on the screen. See, it's not going to let me do that. All right. God, this is frustrating.
There's some bad weather out there too, man. Too that's still around.
I don't know. It's funny because I checked this tape right before we go live. I always check the stream feeds and everything, and man, it was burning up. And get in here, and this whole thing's rocking all over the place. It may be, the service we use. I don't know. So it could be. Let me see.
Okay.
Text us for great work, bro. I see the vision and the target. You're really good at what you do. I followed you right away. Right? We appreciate that very, very much. And also we have, well, I'd show, we tried this has got to be the program. Rutherford 316. Good to see you all tonight. James, how did you Grimm's Toy Show wrestling? And I'm sorry James isn't here. I didn't want to keep James crazy tonight. We'll have James back on before that show happens so we can give him a proper interview. Yes. And I apologize, James, for just how the service. Also, let's see. We have pretty classy lady. She's in the room tonight saying hello, and also their program because I can't even find things. Elijah Veen 97. No, it's freezing up here for me as well. It keeps going in and out. Yeah, I hate that. I really do. Herb Simmons is in here as well. Dave Crone. Dave called me earlier and make sure we'd go live at 7:00 because he wanted to be here. And you get here and you get this kind of quality from our streaming service. My apologies. I'm going to keep harping Spectrum. That service, Spectrum. You want to put it up there? Yeah, hate on Spectrum all you want. I'm paying a lot of money for the service. It should work. Christian, go ahead.
You say with the next time you go in Spectrum to pay your bill and you feel something hit you in the back, that was your change. See, you ain't been getting your change.
No. Let's see. Christian saying, how's it going, guys? Hope you're staying warm. We are staying well, man. And warm too. Man, Teddy, I see where they're maybe calling for more ice and snow this weekend in Georgia.
Yeah, I saw that too. Don't bother me. I'm going to be inside. And I think I'm glad you reminded me. I better go get me a little
Wi-Fi.
I'm going to go get me a little heater too.
By the way, Dave, I'm actually connected directly. This is direct link. I'm not even using Wi-Fi, and this is the service I'm getting right now.
Yes.
Let's see, Teddy. There is a question on here. Christian asking, were you present when the Great Khali and Big Show got in a fight?
I see that down there. I don't know anything about that. I don't remember Khali and Big Show getting into a fight. I'm not saying it didn't happen. I don't remember that.
I don't even. Maybe it was a backstage thing. Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. We're going to take a quick break, and we're going to come right beside, and we're going to go and oil bag, and hopefully all this will work. If nothing, I'm so sorry.
Ring, ring. They're calling you. You hit hold. Then what do they do? Are they drifting? Are they bored too? Or smiling while they wait for you? What are your calls here when placed on hold? Are they tuning out, feeling kind of cold? Turn their wait time into solid gold with Smart Hold. Message on hold. Smart-hold.com. Hey. Smart-hold.com. Smart-hold.com. Hey. Smart-hold.com.
Letters, oh we get letters, we get your letters every day.
think we're back. I'm not quite sure. Okay. Teddy, you talk about frustration,
You can do that all you
brother.
want. That ain't gonna help
Let's see.
you.
First mail. Other than I'm going to cuss somebody out tomorrow, I can tell you that. I'm going to get on the phone with Spectrum and be highly upset. Let's see. Somebody, Ryan
You should.
Brown is asking, who is your pick to win the Royal Rumble this weekend? Hear me, Teddy?
Nah,
can you hear me now?
Well, just then. Yeah.
Okay. He wants Ryan Brown wants to know who would win the Royal Rumble.
I don't know. I don't even know who's in the Royal Rumble.
Found out today that actually Brock Lesnar called into the Pat McAfee show and said that he's on his to enter himself into. So Brock Lesnar will be a part of that as well. That makes things a little interesting considering some of the names that are in there. Also, Christian Rodriguez has asked, he said he heard that story about Big Khali and show on Jericho's podcast and said that everyone was present and said it was crazy. It may have been a time when Eddie wasn't there at the company, so that's a possibility too. Let's see. Look, just chilling like I told you so, Dave Crone. Okay, Christian from Buzzsprout has a name association. Now, I wasn't going to do this week, but I'm going to throw this in there, Teddy, because some of these names I would never have thought of. A couple of them, yeah, but most of them, no. So I'm going to give you a name. You just give me your thoughts on the individual, any comments or memories like that. The first name on this list is Jonathan Coachman.
Jonathan Coachman, nice guy. Just professional wrestling just wasn't for him. You know, he's a good commentator, a good sportscaster. And like I said, he did do good for us commentating on wrestling. But I mean, this just, some guys get in this business and it ain't for them. And I don't think this was for him. And but he did a good job while he was there. So, like I said, he was a real nice guy.
I liked his time when he was with The Rock, and The Rock would just poke fun at him all the time. That's where I thought Jonathan really shined when he was working with The Rock. There was a chemistry with those two that was really good.
That's why I said he was the butt of all the jokes, and he just didn't know how good he was. He really didn't.
Now, I think we may have mentioned this name before, Teddy. Jonathan Coachman. I'm not John. Eric Bischoff. I'm sorry.
Yeah. Well, Eric and I go way back. I met Eric when I was in WCW when he first came in, and me and him got to working together. And finally, he did take over and start running the company. And Eric gave me a job, from refereeing. Well, Dusty hired me, but Eric, helped put me out there when I started managing and stuff. So right now, Eric and I, we talk and. Another nice guy too, you know what I mean. Me and him, we one time we didn't see eye to eye, but that's life, you know what I mean. But we were man enough to come back with each other and understand, where I was wrong or he was wrong or whatever. It don't make no difference, we came together as men, and I have a whole lot of respect for him right now.
Let's see, we have in the room Curly Man, good to see you, Curly Man. Teddy and Mac, I seen an episode of Undertaker's podcast with Mark Henry, and he was asked who was the worst to ride with, and he said it was you, Teddy, and another person because you guys smoked so much weed. You smoked Mark out of the car.
Yeah, we did. Yeah, we did.
Okay. Hey, anything you want to say about that? All right,
let's
see.
I mean, Mark's telling the truth. I mean, that's all I can tell you, and that people are like people that back in the day, and I don't know what about now, but a lot of people when they didn't smoke, they didn't understand. So they really thought bad of people that smoked and they just hated it. So and we knew he hated it. So we just wait till we get down the road, get to riding, and boy, we'd light up.
I would imagine that this would find themselves in the car anyhow. Wouldn't they
Oh
find
yeah.
themselves in the car anyhow?
Oh,
All
let
the
me tell you.
smokers who's smoking and like you.
Oh, I'll tell you. I'll tell you a good story. You remember Vito, right?
Oh
Okay,
yeah.
well, I tell you about Vito. Well, Vito, he was a non-smoker too, so he hated anybody that smoked. So so that night we needed to get a Vito needed a ride back to the hotel, but he didn't have no ride. So I think it was Booker T or somebody one of us wanted to drop. They had a ride and they wanted somebody to take their car back to the airport. So we finally find Vito and Book come and tells us, he said, yeah, Vito's going to take my car back to the airport. So I said, well, okay, let us use the car, man, and we'll give the key to Vito. So Book left. I gave me the key. So what me and Nunzio and somebody else, we got in that car and we smoked it out because we know Vito hated it. We left the windows up. We just smoked, and we left the window. Then when we got through smoking, smoked it out, we got out, shut the doors. So now all the smoke's in there. So now we take the keys. I give them to Nunzio and I tell him, give him to
Oh,
Vito. Tell
oh,
Vito, tell Vito that's the car he can drive in the morning, take back to the airport so he can catch his flight. And we hid. We hid and we watched him. We watched him when he got in it. Brother, it knocked him back out. He fell back out. He couldn't even get in the car. And he was just cussing himself. And it was great, man.
I'm gonna see him. I'll see him later this month because he's a part of JCW Lunacy, and I'll see him later
Ask him
this
about
month.
that.
I
It was
remember. I
in
think we're
St.
in
Louis. Ask him about it.
Saginaw. I will. I'll ask him about that.
It was in
I
St.
will.
Louis.
I'll definitely ask him about it.
Get in that car we smoked out and was going to get
Yeah.
him to drop
Look here.
off
By
back
the
at the
way,
airport.
JCW Lunacy is a fantastic wrestling show, guys. I'm not saying that because I'm part of the pro, because I really believe in the stories and the fun they have in this show. That's more old school, gives you almost kind of an ECW kind of feel with a little lighter edge. Fantastic show. If you have not seen it, it comes on Thursday nights. Please pull it up. It's a psychopathic part of ICW's stuff that they do. My mind is so messed up because I'm watching my screen jump everywhere. But I'm telling you, it's a fantastic show. Please just take the time to watch it. I think you'll enjoy it as well. Here, let me go back to this list, Teddy. Name association. These are the names now that really surprised me that came up because I've not ever thought of these names before when it comes to you. But I'm going to ask you anyhow. First name, New Jack.
I didn't know him real well. Me and him, did meet on several occasions and talked and stuff. New Jack was a nice guy. New Jack just had problems. You never knew how to take him. You know what I mean? And so, his kind of was always like he had a chip on his shoulder. But he was just, New Jack was New Jack. That was just him, and that he wasn't going to change, and that's how he was going to be. That was just him. So people had to accept him as him being who he was, or don't accept him at all.
All right, here's another name that's going to surprise you. Zeus.
I met Zeus, didn't talk to him a whole lot. I met him a couple of times. He came to one of the shows. I met him, and then I saw him before he passed at the Wrestle golly, what's the thing in Winston Salem, WrestleCade? I saw him at WrestleCade there right before he
WrestleCade.
passed. Yeah.
All right, here's another name. Now this comes back to the WCW days. Ranger Ross.
Ranger Ross, another guy that was he was a weird guy too. It's amazing. You work with a guy and he's wrestling every day and stuff, and you work with him, and the next thing you hear, the guy's robbing banks. So it was just it was too much, man. Yeah. Yeah, he was robbing banks and on a motorcycle, like he living two lives there and hit the money up in the woods or somewhere. And we went up in the woods to change clothes or something. I think that's what I heard, and that's how he got caught or something. But he get on this motorcycle, go rob a bank, and he was like Batman or somebody. He take off his costume and come back regular Ranger Ross. Oh,
And if he wanted to go out and rob a bank, he'd go to a phone booth and open it up and turn into the I don't know. Anyhow, here's
he one
another
time
name
me and
for you
Ron,
here, Teddy. This is a
hey,
tag
we
team.
went we were in Richmond, Virginia with Ranger, and we was riding in the car with him. Now he's got a Grand Victoria, one of the biggest Mercuries in the world, and he tells me and Run he has no room for us. He kicked us out of the car, so he must have had to go rob a bank. But he had a
Ooh,
Grand Marquis. This
how
car
did
is
Ron
big as a
take that?
stagecoach. Yeah.
Ooh. All right, here's a tag team for you, Teddy. And this will be the last one because we're going to have to get out of here. Time.
Crime Time, yeah, they were a lot of fun. JTG, the other kid, God rest his soul, man. He was just a sweetheart. He just like I didn't understand the wrestling business. A lot of people, you had to be around this for a while to understand this. And if sometimes, if you
Yeah.
don't understand it, it kind of hurts you a little bit because you don't know how to act and perform. So, it's a lot to this thing's like a puzzle. And you got to have all the pieces and you got to make sure you put them in the right slot. So my thing, is this, Crime Time was just a great tag team, but they were just, just a little bit ahead of themselves.
Yeah. I enjoyed the tag team. I did. When they were around, I can't remember the big guy. What was the big guy's name on the team? Do you remember, Teddy?
Ah, golly. JTG and guy, I can't think of his name now to save my life.
Yeah,
Pull him up
JTG
there.
was
Ain't you got your,
he's JTG. I've seen him at some of the conventions.
yeah. Yeah, Jay, he was always nice too.
Yeah, yeah. They were always.
Wasn't it
I've met both
Chad?
of them before.
What's his name? Was it Chad
Go ahead.
something? Was it Chad something?
I think that's correct. And people in the chat, let me see if anybody in here has got that name for us. If I can make the chat work. I can't make it move. There we go. Oh, well, it's not what we were looking for. But Zach Minger, by the way, Teddy is saying National Blueberry Pancake Day. Now that's funny, Zach, and I'll tell you why. My wife did not feel like making a big meal tonight, so she made blueberry pancakes. And that's the honest to God truth. The name, by the way, Brian Hickey and Scott Land both said it is Shad Gaspar. That we
Yes, yes, that's what
and
I was trying.
we lost
Chad, I
him when he
know
was
it's
trying to
yeah,
save somebody. Yeah,
yeah,
yeah. So yeah, that was a shock too. But that is when he went out he gave his
yes,
life to save someone, and that says a lot. Individual.
yeah,
All right, Teddy, we're out of here. I
yeah.
tried to pick a name, but I'm gonna be honest with you. I'm afraid if we do anything, if you want to, if you remember anything, pick a name or somebody you want to give a hat to, and that hat is a trip
Well,
after
I don't
hours.
know.
Go ahead.
We've had so much trouble here tonight. I tell you what, why don't we send our guy there that always we just got through talking about, always talking about all that food.
Yeah. Oh, you're okay. Yeah, that's Zach Minger. We'll send Zach Minger
Yeah, send Zach a
road
hat.
trip after hours ball cap. That's this version here. Yeah, we'll give Zach a hat, and Zach, you'll have to wear that when we come to St. Louis. And we'll be there. Of course, that's coming up later
Oh,
this year. I'll
I
try to
know what
bring
I
that up real
wanted to
fast too
mention.
for those of you who are interested. Uh,
I wanted to mention this, before we go, since you're talking
yeah, go
about
ahead.
that SICW Fan Fest. Uh, well, I'm going to just say a little bit about this. I had the opportunity today to talk to Herb Simmons. He called me along with Herb. I talked to some other members of the board of directors there with SICW. They were talking to me about maybe considering coming in being the general manager for SICW. So that's not confirmed yet. There's some other things, we got to work on and stuff. But before I forget, I did want to let the people know that I may be going to SICW to be their new general manager. It's not confirmed yet. I don't know until we work things out and see what's going on. But that may be happening.
Yeah,
We'll know
that'd be
more about it
fantastic.
as we
Yeah.
get closer to the Fan Fest. We'll know more about it, and maybe it'll happen there. I don't know.
Also, I did speak with Nick Riddenauer. He sent me at the St. Louis Wrestling Hall of Fame. That takes place on FanFest weekend. And going into the Hall of Fame this year, Andre the Giant, Johnny Rods, Spike Huber, Herb Simmons. Very well deserved on all these gentlemen. But Herb, I'm glad to see you going in there because it really is. And for the other names that will be at this show, you can look at this list right here, man. They are all over the place. JBL, Mick Foley, Mickey James, Jack Doan. We got some Payne, Harvey Whippleman, Bobby Fulton, and of course Teddy Long. He'll be there as well. And so if I can get that graphic to go down, we can look at our faces one more time before we say goodbye. There it goes. Okay, well, I got to get out of here before I stress anymore. Teddy, I've enjoyed it, my friend, and I'll see you next Thursday night. And if it doesn't work, I'm gonna get you gerbil and getting that wheel, making it run a little bit faster.
No, you'll see me next Wednesday night. We're on Wednesdays now.
Jesus Christ, oh my. See, I'm telling you, Teddy, that's what happens.
We're
that's
on Wednesdays now. You know what I'm saying?
I need to do.
Wednesday
night. We'll see you
next
go Wednesday night, 7 o'clock Eastern Standard Time. That's on Wednesday, 7 o'clock Eastern Standard Time. I'm Mac Davis. That's WWE Gamer Teddy Long.
Holla, players.